Hey everybody, this is Steve, and today is December 28th, a couple days after Christmas, and it's one day after my 65th birthday. So I'm now 65 years old officially. Next year I'll be 66 years old at this time, and I gotta say that I sure don't feel that age. I know a lot of people say that, but I really mean it. I sleep like a baby. I never get sick. I never get colds. I never get the flu. I have energy for days. So I'm happy to have made it to 65. I wanted to talk today about one of the reasons why I feel so good, and that of course always comes back to my diet. And one of the questions that I always get about being a vegan is, where do you get your protein from, Steve? So I know vegans talk a lot about this, and it almost feels funny for me to even make a video about where do you get your protein from, because I don't even think about it anymore, actually. But, if you're a new vegan, if you're trying to go vegan, if you're trying to ditch the animal products, if you're trying to eat healthier, this may be one of your concerns, and this will probably be definitely one of the things that people will ask you when you stop eating animal protein. They'll go, where are you getting your protein from? So with that being said, let's just start with what is protein exactly. And I think you'll find most people, if you ask them that point blank, they're not going to even really know what protein is. So just in simple terms, protein is amino acids. They're a chain of amino acids. Your body produces protein on its own. There's some amino acids that we need to get from our food sources. But whatever amino acids that we get from our food sources, we still have to break them down into the right chain, into the right order, so that we as humans can use them. So when you eat meat, for example, there's a great deal of digestion and breaking down that product that has to go on before you can even use it, for your body, and say that you're getting protein from the meat. But in reality, all protein comes from plants. All protein comes from plants initially. So it just doesn't really matter if you think you need protein for, whatever reason. You're not going to get it from the meat. That's going to be hard to digest. Go directly to the plants where your meat sources are getting their protein from. Same thing with calcium, for example. Dairy cows, they don't have calcium in their system naturally. They have to get it from, their diet. So look to the natural sources first. Avoid the animal products. Now, one of the other interesting things about the protein, of course, is what do you need it for? And one of the answers most people give me is, oh, well, I need protein for energy. And, you do not need protein for energy. You need carbohydrates for your energy. You need carbs for your energy. Protein helps build and maintain your muscles, amongst other things, but primarily it helps build and maintains your muscles. You don't need any more than 10 or 15% of your daily calories to be protein. Okay, 10 to 15% is a pretty good figure to shoot for. Obviously, most Americans are eating a lot of animal products, so they get way more than that. It's very dangerous to have too much animal protein in your system. It's going to leach the calcium out of your bones, and that's one of the reasons why older people have problems with weak bones and falling and so forth. So the protein is an issue that you'll hear about when you go vegan. I don't want you to worry about it. I don't want you to stress about it. Even a can of beans, for example, let's just say, check this out. Okay, this is a can of pinto beans. Okay, this is organic Pavilions. It's a local grocery store here in Southern California. Organic pinto beans. Servings per container, 3.5. There's 3.5 servings in one of these containers. And servings of protein per container is 7. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21. Another half is another 3 or 4. You have 25 or so grams of protein in this one can of beans. And even a mainstream conservative organization like the World Health Organization, I believe, they even say you don't need more than 10% of your daily calories to be protein. So what we don't get enough of it in this country, we obviously get enough protein, but we don't get enough of it in this country is fiber. And that's what this has a lot of. Beans have plenty of fiber. This one can of beans has 8 grams of fiber. And 8 grams in itself is 32% of the recommended daily allotment of fiber. So pretty much if you eat this can of beans, you're going to get way more fiber than most Americans, and certainly a pretty good amount of fiber that you really shouldn't have to worry about that ingredient in your diet. So anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say about protein. Do not worry about it. There's never been a case of anybody who's getting enough calories, at least in this country that I know of, unless you have some kind of underlying medical condition. There's never been a case of someone being protein deficient. It just does not happen. So at some point I'm going to do a little video about older adults and do they need more protein than anybody else, and how about athletes? Do we need more protein than the general population? But in general, don't worry about it. Ditch the meats. If you think you're eating meat for protein, you don't need it. Beans, legumes, pastas, pretty much everything has protein in it. So don't worry about it. Tell me where you get your protein from. Thanks for watching. This is Steve, and I'll see you in the next video. Over and out.